Hi boys and girls, welcome to another VBS. I hope you are having fun so far. Just relax and enjoy this program. Mommy and Daddy, feel free to sit with your children and look at our VBS program. Remember, enjoy our program.
Bye boys and girls, have a blessed day. Come thou fount of every blessing, to my heart to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount of fixed upon it, melt of thy redeeming love. Here I raise my Ebenezer, here to bide thy help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. He to rescue me from danger, interpose his precious blood. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I constrain to be. Let thy goodness, like a feather, find my wandering heart today. Run to more, Lord, I feel it. Run to thee, the God I love. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for the courts of love. Try my heart to thee. Whether I eat or drink, or whatsoever I do, do all to the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31.
So I thought I would share this little experiment that we're doing, and you can take any of your lettuce and cut off about like maybe 1.5 inches, about that much from the ends, and then plant it again in some soil, keep it watered. So I just want to show you, we initially cut most of the lettuce like this and it was all flat, and now you can see there's some growth of the lettuce. So it's basically regrowing again. And I think this is just a great little experiment that you can do with some of your children. Sometimes we think spiritually that there is no hope. It just seems that nothing good can possibly come out of something. But with a little tender care and love and attention, good things can come out of it. So all things work together for good. So that's maybe a lesson that you can teach. But as you can see, this wasn't here, this growth here, and now we have lettuce growing again. Just keep it watered and we'll see how it does.
Hi boys and girls, let us learn a little bit about the tiger. Now easily recognized by its coat of reddish orange with dark stripes, the tiger is the largest wild cat in the world. The big cat's tail is 3 feet long. On average, the big cat weighs 450 pounds. Do you weigh 450 pounds? I sure don't think so. About the same as 8-10-year-old kids. Now it stands 3 feet tall with teeth 4 inches long and claws as long as house keys. Wow. Boys and girls, a female tiger gives birth to about 3 or 4 little cubs who she will care for until they are a year to a year and a half old. These cubs quadruple in size during their first month. The powerful predator generally hunts alone, able to bring down prey such as deer and other type of big animals. Now tigers wait until dark to hunt. The tiger sprints to an unsuspecting animal, usually pulling it off with its teeth and claws. If the prey animal is large, the tiger bites its throat to kill it. Now, boys and girls, even as you are hearing this, when God created us before sin, they did not have need for all this killing. But because of sin, Satan has introduced all these things, and even the animals are fighting. Tigers have been known to eat up to 60 pounds of food in one night. Now, tigers live far apart from each other. A tiger knows if it is in another tiger's territory based on the trees around him. Imagine that. Each tiger marks the trees in its area with urine and special scratches. Now, unlike most members of the cat family, tigers seem to enjoy water and swim very well. Now, some tigers live where it gets very cold in India and part of Southeast Asia. The whole species are endangered throughout its range. Tigers have been overhunted for their fur as well as for other body parts that many people use in traditional medicines. Now that is so sad. Tigers' habitat has also dwindled seriously as humans have developed land for uses such as farming and logging. However, in the Siberian region of Russia, there's hope that these big cats are making a comeback. Praise the Lord. Now, because of their size, strength, and predatory skills, tigers are considered one of the big cats. Lions, cheetah, jaguar, and cougars are also part of this grouping. Now, boys and girls, I hope you had lots of fun learning about tiger. You can also, if you are in Trinidad, you can also go and see a tiger in our Emporium Zoo.
standing by a purpose, true, holding God's command, honor them, the faithful through all. Hail to Daniel's band.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose, and dare to make it known.
Hold the temperance banner high on to victory grand. Satan and his hosts divide and shout for Daniel's band.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose, and dare to make it known.
Many mighty men are lost, daring not to stand, who for God had been a host by joining Daniel's band.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose, and dare to make it known.
Many giants, great and tall, stalking to the wind, headlong to the earth, words full of meant by Daniel's band.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose, and dare to make it known. Dare to make it known. Dare to make it known. Say it, dare to make it known.
Dare to make it known.
Dare to make it known.
Hi boys and girls, for craft time today I decided that we will make a creature from the ocean and its name begins with the letter O. Can anyone tell what creature that is? If you said an octopus, you are correct. That will be our craft for today. But before we begin our craft and see what is needed, let's have a word of prayer.
Dear Jesus, thank you for today and for all the boys and girls, and I thank God. Help them to be good as you want them to be, and help the craft to be a good one, and I thank God. Keep us safe and help this VBS to be good. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jada, for that prayer. And boys and girls, here is what we need. A tissue tube, paper, glue, and scissors. So get your stuff together and let's get ready. Okay, boys and girls, so we are here for our craft and I have with me a little helper. Do you want to tell the boys and girls your name?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Kimani Davis.
Kimani Davis. So he's here today, boys and girls, to help me with our craft, right, Kimani?
Yeah.
Right. So the first thing we are going to do, we're going to take our tube.
Take our tube.
And we'll put it down on our piece of paper like this.
Like this.
And what I want you to do, boys and girls, just roll it.
Roll it.
And it can stick from here.
Here.
Right? So you just roll your paper like this. Kimani, could you hold this? Just hold this here for me. Right? And you're just going to draw a line right here. And we are going to draw a line coming down here because this is the amount of paper that we need, right?
Yeah.
So I am just going to put my ruler and Kimani will draw the line. Come straight down. Stop. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. Very good. I will be cutting this paper for Kimani.
Yeah.
So we are just going to cut out this. And we're just going to put this on the side here. So now what we are going to do, we are going to put some glue on our tube, boys and girls. So Kimani, you can use this one for now.
Yes.
So you can just pass this all over the tube. All over. Make sure that you put enough, okay, boys and girls? Right. So you're going to cover your glue now. And so boys and girls, what you're going to do, you're going to take your paper. Kimani, can you help me here?
Yeah.
And we are, sorry, we're going to take our paper and we are going to turn it. So turn the paper all around. Alright, so we have enough. Kimani, how many legs does an octopus have? Do you know?
8.
8 legs. Very good. And they are also called tentacles, boys and girls. So you know what, Kimani, what we are going to do?
No.
We are going to cut out 8 legs. So when I cut, you will count, right?
1.
Yes, now. This is 1.
2.
This is 2.
3.
Right. This is 3.
3. 4.
This is 4.
No, it's a long time.
5.
5. 6. 7.
And the last one is
8.
8. Right, boys and girls.
So,
So what you're going to do now, we are just going to bend them forward. Kimani, could you help me just bend them out like this? Thank you. Just like that and like that. And we're just going to rest it down there. So let's make sure that we have 8 legs. Kimani, can you help me count them?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You missed one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This have to stick. 7.
7, 8.
Very good. So I'm just going to stick this here. Because this was just a little piece
We almost make a
overlapping.
mistake. We almost put 9.
You almost put 9.
Yes.
Alright. So now what we are going to do, we are going to put on some eyes. Kimani, which eye do you want, Kimani? Okay, Kimani's picking that eye. So boys and girls, if you don't have googly eyes, you can always cut out 2 small circles and you can draw the eyes on them, right? So Kimani, we are just going to put some glue on those eyes. So we just rub it here. Just a minute. Just rub it a little bit. Now, what we are going to do, boys and girls,
Make a mouth.
make a mouth. Very good, Kimani. So I will just draw a little mouth
Only
here.
a mouth and they don't have no nose.
No. So we're just going to put a little smiley mouth. Is that okay, Kimani? To put a smiley mouth?
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you put like a starfish.
So Manny, now what we are going to do, I want you to take a marker, because I'm going to take one too.
This is white.
White marker, and you're going to roll it in like this. Watch out what I'm doing, and watch carefully, boys and girls, and we are going to just roll it like this. Take your time rolling, right? And you're just going to pull out the marker like this, so it will roll like that. Very good. So keep doing all the rest, right?
Okay.
So boys and girls, you're just going to take your marker or pencil and you're going to roll. Just one more. All right. So Manny, I need for you to fix this curve one here so that it don't be straight up. So smooth it out and start from here. Oopsie. Do like this. Watch. at the end and roll it in. Take your time. Very good. And now you can pull out a pencil or marker, sorry. All right, we did a good job, right?
This is a pencil.
So this is called the tentacle of the octopus, which is their legs. And boys and girls, they have some things on them which are called
White
suction cups. Yeah, they are white, or suckers. And Kimani, do you know that the octopus uses those suckers or suction cup to smell, to taste, and to grip onto stuff? Do you know that?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, you're a bright boy. So now we're just going to draw some little circles on our legs. So Kimani, you pick a color.
Yeah, what about red?
What about red? So keep drawing some little circles and coloring. So boys and girls, as Kimani is doing that, you can do it too. So draw some little circles and then he will color it after.
No, it all finished.
Right, so boys and girls, there we have it. Our octopus. Kimani, could you show them your octopus? Right, boys and girls, this is our octopus. Don't forget, what's that?
We have to color the stripes red.
Well, Kimani said that we have to color our stripes red. But boys and girls, this is all the time we have for craft. And also, if you don't have any paper at home, Kimani, you know what they can do? You can just use the tissue roll by itself, because I did that, and you can cut out the legs and you can paint it. You can put your suction cup, you can use little paper, or you can use colors or paint, right, Kimani?
Yeah.
Okay, boys and girls, so I hope you guys
Or
had
color.
or color, as Kimani said.
Colors pencil.
Or color pencil. So boys and girls, I hope you had a wonderful time. May God continue to bless and keep you all. Kimani, we saying bye.
Bye.
Go.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thy labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor manservant,
nor thy maidservant,
nor thy ox,
nor thy cattle,
nor thy cattle.
nor thy stranger.
Kiwi, leave him.
Day. And the 6th day, the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that it is, and rested the Sabbath day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Good job.
Good job.
Wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. And the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. But the house on the rock stood firm. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. And the house on the sand went splash. So build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. And the blessings will come down. The blessings come down as your prayers go up. The blessings come down as your prayers go up. The blessings come down as your prayers go up. So build your life on the Lord.
Hi, boys and girls. I hope you are having fun hearing stories so far. I know that you love stories because you are here again to hear another story. Now we are looking at sharing. Do you like to share? I hope you do. Now this story is a very interesting one. No, sir, I shall not give you $1. It is just give, give, give. All the time. From one source to another. I tell you, sir, I am done giving. These words came from the lips of a man who the Lord abundantly prospered. But as his riches increased, he forgot the command, set not thine heart upon them. The passion for heaping up treasures had so grown upon him that he felt as if every dollar given away was really robbed from his store. If you are ever tempted to covet wealth, remember who said that the rich man will hardly enter the kingdom of God. We may think it is a harsh saying, but it is not, and it stands just as true as when Jesus uttered it. Now, when a man begins to grow rich, he is in danger of setting his affection upon riches until he forgets God. And it goes and goes down to eternal death. Mr. Warren had forgotten the great fact that his money was not his own. No, not even $1. It was all lent to him, and the owner could call back every cent at any moment he chose. He could not believe that. As he looked about in his richly furnished apartment, as he walked among the bales of merchandise in his great warehouse, and thought of the money invested as at the safest bank in the country, perhaps he had something of the feeling of the great monarch who said, "Is this not great Babylon, which I have built?" But God was kinder than Mr. Warren deserved. He sent great calamities. He might have left him to go on in prosperity, hardening his heart in selfishness, and at the end of it, go down to the lake of fire. But we serve a merciful God. When the man who said rather he has done giving, he has gone a long way into that direction. But because we serve a loving God, God sent mercies in a very special way. The first great mercy was the burning down of his vast warehouse. Half frantic, he watched the hungry flames as they lick up the choicest merchants and ran along, leaping from floor to floor and defying all the fireman's skills. 20 minutes was sufficient for the Lord to sweep away the product of years of labor and thrift. The ruins was still in smoking when the second mercy came. Lost at sea, the bark Lapwing crew saved, but all cargo lost. It took but a line in the morning's papers, but it swept many thousand from the merchant possessions. He was beginning to feel that God had a controversy with him. He sat alone in his library one morning pondering upon his changed fortune and resolving in his mind what could be done to repair them, when a gentleman who had been his head clerk came, calling upon him. "I have more bad news for you this morning," he said. dreading to add to the weight of it and his already existing burdens. "There cannot be much worse for me," said Mr. Warren. "I am near the bottom now. But as long as the bank stand, I can begin anew and rebuild my empire." "The bank has failed," said the unwelcoming messenger. The blow was a sudden and unexpected one for the man, who seemed now crushed. "All is gone, Mr. Carey," he cried. "All is gone," pressing his hand on his brow. "I am a ruined man, and my families are all beggars." The other looked down upon him in his anguish and with great sympathy. He was a sincere Christian and did not fail at this time of need to point his friend to the precious love of a merciful Savior who said in Scripture, "Those that he loved, he chastened." Mr. Warren went forth from that room with his earthly prospects dark indeed, but with his heavenly prospects brightened. Through much humiliation, he learned to regard himself as God's steward. And there was never a time again in his life when he dared to say, "Oh, wish he had done giving." Boys and girls, I hope that this story really touched your heart. Now, here is the questions. What was the first thing that Mr. Warren lost? Now think very hard. Do you know, boys and girls? If you said his warehouse and all his merchandise, you are correct. Question number 2. What was the awful phrase the man always said?
I'm done giving.
That's right. If you said done giving, you are also correct. Question number 3. At the end of this story, was Mr. Warren a changed man? Yes, boys and girls, he was. Always remember that everything we have, it does not belong to us, but it belongs to God. And we must always grab every opportunity to give to someone who are in need. Boys and girls, never from your lip, ever let it be uttered, "You are done giving."
Hello and welcome to beautiful Jamaica. Today I am going to be showing you one of my favorite places in Jamaica. Now Jamaica is known for its beautiful sandy beaches, but today I'm going to be taking you on a little tour of one of my favorite parishes, St. Elizabeth. Now here we are in Holland Bamble. Holland Bamble is a section in St. Elizabeth where the streets are canopied by tall, beautiful bamboo trees. They are planted on each side of the road and they form an arch over the roadway that is not only beautiful, but it also helps to keep you nice and cool. Now this section of road is going to take us to another beautiful part of paradise. We are headed to YS Falls. Now, as soon as we exit Holland Bamboo, not very far, is another beautiful part of God's amazing creation. Now, before becoming this beautiful waterfall and park that we enjoy today, YS was for hundreds of years a sugarcane plantation, and it was eventually purchased by a Jamaican, and he turned it into a cattle and logwood farm. It continued to change operation to adapt to the changing economy in Jamaica, and eventually they raised thoroughbred race horses. On my visit there were a lot of horses still grazing in the field. They eventually decided to let the natural beauty of this area speak for itself. And so today we have this beautiful piece of paradise that is enjoyed by tourists and locals alike. As I walked through this park, I thought to myself, if Earth, with all the sin and all the problems that we have, is still so beautiful and relaxing and amazing, can you just imagine what heaven is like? Or better yet, what the earth made new will be like when God comes again to rid the earth of sin and take his people home? I can't wait. I long for that day. Now listen to the sound of the waterfall.
A vision from Sister White, falling off the path, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Revelation 1:15. Others rashly denied the light behind them and said that it was not God that had led them out so far. The light behind them went out, which left their feet in perfect darkness. And they stumbled and got their eyes off the mark and lost sight of Jesus and fell off the path, down in the dark and wicked world below. It was just as impossible for them to get on the path again and go to the city as all the wicked world which God had rejected. They fell all the way along the path, one after another, until we heard the voice of God like many waters, which gave us the day and hour of Jesus' coming.